am reporter Eliana Rudy for JNS here in the Machane Yehuda market in Jerusalem. And I'm here asking people on the street what they think about the upcoming second round of elections in Israel. Are you concerned about the looming corruption charges and the fact that Netanyahu was not able to form a government the first time around?
I am definitely, and it feels like no one is interested in actually fighting him or stopping the corruption. And he's learning from wonderful dictators around the world how to do it successfully.
I think that things need to be done here. I think that positive things need to be done here. I think that Netanyahu can do it. I don't so much care about corruption. I don't want there to be corruption, but that's obviously. But I think that we should find a person who can do good things. If it's him, great, and if not, let's make room for someone who could do it, and let's get on and do it already.
Binyamin Netanyahu is the best ever. He's the generation of the Gaon Vilna. He's coming from a base where he debated with all the world and he won, and he is a genius. So he's managed this government for many years, and he will be here for another many years, and he's the best ever. And it doesn't make sense to replace him, and there is no one now that can replace him. The big mistake that nobody wants to get in the government and practice and study and learn, and Netanyahu will teach him, and he will become great, and he will replace him. But nobody thinks about something like that. So if nobody come to help him, he will stay and he will do the job, Be'ezrat Hashem.
Look, I think that how politicians end up managing themselves in terms of themselves and how they choose management is complicated. My personal view, whether I'm going to vote for Netanyahu or not, my personal view is it's an amazing manager of the country. If you look at the mess he inherited, people forget the small things he does that are micromanagement of the economy. I started a small business in Israel. I know that the tatzhira that we had to do and a lot of the processes that helped us to do it with less bureaucracy than somebody 15 years ago is because of Netanyahu's priorities. And he's a very good manager of the country. If you think about the corruption charges he's facing, they wouldn't even be an issue in another country. I have these small-minded arguments with people in Israel often where people get upset that Sarah Netanyahu spends 20,000 shekels on her hair and they say it comes out of my school bill. I come from South Africa, a country where they really steal money, and I understand that in the GDP of the country, his management of the country is more effective than these corruption charges. I actually think to a large extent the people pushing the corruption charges are maybe more negative on the country than Netanyahu is. Again, I'm not necessarily going to vote for him, but the corruption charges, I think, are an irritating factor with somebody who's turned the economy around and really managed the place quite well.
Until anything is proved, no. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot more going to come out, which we haven't heard about yet, which the Attorney General hasn't revealed, and I think that he will eventually have to resign.
It's a good question. I think that you're right, what he did was not right. But I also was having this discussion with my husband last night, and I said, what government politician there's no sort of corruption with any politician. Like what politician do you know that has no sort of corruption and is 100% perfect? So I'm not saying that what he did was right, but I also think that politics in general, it's all kind of corrupt.